Good evening from Jeffrey Gymnasium, Calloway County High School. Thanks for joining us for Lady Laker basketball. One exciting quarter under our belts as we join play now at the beginning of the second period here at Jeffrey Gymnasium. This is Randy Herndon along with Caleb Spain, a television student here at Calloway County High School, and Caleb will be joining us for this broadcast. We begin the quarter with the Lady Lakers up by 2, 12-10. And Caleb, that first quarter was pretty tight, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was. We had probably settled scoring 5 points with a monster block that was really needed, and it was tight. And hopefully the rest of the game can be this impactful and fun.
All right, Lakers have it. They toss it in. On the block, shot is up, doesn't draw iron. That is Charlie Settle with the rebound. Now a fight for the ball, loose on the floor. And Graves County gets a hand on the ball and calls timeout. So they're going to have possession of it when we come back from this timeout here. But 12-10 is your score, just underway in the second period here at Calloway County High School on this December the 8th. Lady Lakers are looking to maybe avenge some losses to the Lady Eagles from last year, but Calloway County comes into tonight's game with a 2-1 record. They've had victories over Fulton County and Mayfield, and on December 5th, earlier this week, lost a game at McCracken County. It was a close one, 41-40. Graves County, meanwhile, brings a record of 3-1 into tonight's contest, with victories over Livingston Central, Bullitt East, Cairo, Illinois, and Carbondale, Illinois, which they defeated Carbondale 58-23. So they've gotten off to a good start. If you guys can, maybe it's just at our end, but we need to check Caleb's microphone. I don't hear Caleb, so I'm wondering if he's actually up on our broadcast. All right, 12-10 is the score as the Lakers bring it into the half court. This is Ellie Carson, and they drop it down low, and now here Charlie Settle drives the lane. She's going to get hammered and probably will get a trip to the free throw line, it looks like. (13-10) the score as Settle does not connect on the second free throw. Graves County working against a man-to-man pressure by Calloway County. Wagner kind of stymied there after she picked up her dribble, finally got some help as Mathis came over. Now it's back to Wagner. Wagner gets a screen, doesn't take the shot. Driving in, Mathis kicks it out. Taylor Carrico. Wagner. And that was a lob down low for Zipporah Johnson. We've got a Laker foul. Johnson connects on the first, and checking back in the ball game for Graves County is number 33, Lindy Qualls. Qualls, one of the premier players here in the first region, has already set some records of her own at Graves County High School.
number 5, Kenneth Frederick, comes back in for Miss Kelly Underhill.
All right, Puckett. This is Carson, off the mark from 3, rebound Graves County. Wanting to run the other way, a long pass down floor to Qualls. Looks like she might have taken a step, no call. And the driving layup made by Taylor Carrico. That's her 4th of the night, 4th point. And we've got a tie ball game, Caleb. It's 13-all.
Yes, sir. It's really been back and forth.
Trap on the side, and finally Charlie Settle comes to the rescue now. Whips a baseball pass on the right side. About a 16-footer is off the mark. Graves the rebound. Qualls has an open lane, drives wide open for an easy bucket. Somebody tried to switch defenders, and it left Qualls unguarded, and Coach Valerie Waller wants a timeout to talk this over. Score is 15-13 as Graves County has the lead, although Callaway County has enjoyed the lead most of the game so far. We appreciate you joining us for this Callaway Live broadcast. Student-produced television from Callaway County High School. Students manning the cameras, the control room, the directors, audio, all students at work here in the live production department at Callaway County High School. All right, just under 5 minutes left in the first half, and Lakers will be met at the half court again by this zone defense. A little bit of a trap causes a turnover, and Graves County on a fast break. He got a foul on Ellie Carson. That's her first, and the team's 3rd. Taylor Carrico will be shooting 2. First one is a miss. Again, it's 15-13. Graves County with the lead. Second one is good. And that will be the largest lead by either team here in the second quarter. It's been a tight ball game. Carson, Emery, and now Settle for 3. It's short. Long rebound bounces out to Graves County. Here comes Rachel Mathis. And driving is Qualls. Little floater from about 5 or 6 feet is good. Qualls with her 2nd field goal of the night. And it's now 18-13 as Graves County starts to pull away a bit. Embry to Settle. She tries 3 again. Banks it in. I think you have to call those, don't you, Caleb?
Yes, sir.
18-16. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter of action. And there's a 3, nothing but the bottom from Danielle Wagner of Graves County. Pushes their lead 21-16. We got a kick. It'll be Callaway County ball, and that will give opportunity for a substitution here as Kelly Underhill checks in. Checking out is Brianna Emery. Ball is into Keely Puckett. Carson penetrates, scoops it up off the glass, didn't go. Settle with a stick back. And we've got a foul on the rebound. I think that'll be on McKenna Friedrich. That's her first, team foul number 4. Yes. Lakers look like they've kind of drop back into a bit of a matchup zone here, and a long three attempt is no good. It's Underhill with a rebound and a reaching in foul on Graves County. The first of two here tonight, as Graves County and Calloway County will face each other in a girls-boys doubleheader. Brianna Emery has subbed in, checking in for Frederick. Lakers down by 5. Crowd wanted the Graves County crowd wanting a walk there. Oh, there's a good jump shot by Keely Puckett just inside the three-point arc. Good for two, 21-18. Wagner on the drive, has it blocked by Underhill and picked up by Puckett. Or make that Carson, and she stretched herself a bit, drug her pivot foot. Traveling is the call. Unfortunate after a great defensive play to not be able to take advantage of the turnover. Graves County gets it back. Ball in to Wagner. An air ball on the little chip shot, and it goes out of bounds. Tipped by a Laker, apparently. Into Qualls on the block, up over Underhill, no good. Underhill gets the rebound, gives it to Settle on the run. On the wing, down to the baseline. Kicks it out to Carson, head fake. Puckett gives a fake, now inside to Underhill. Turnaround off the block, in and out. Embry with a rebound. Lakers keep it alive here in the half courts. This is Settle, nice little move around Wagner. We got a whistle and I guess a body check on Wagner. Settle did a good job of getting some position there and pivoting across Wagner and forcing her to foul. Carson finally, we got a 5-second call. Lakers had trouble getting it in. It'll be a turnover to Graves County. 2:02 on the clock here in the first half. It's 21-18. Graves County with the lead. I'll remind my crew in the control room, since our graphics were giving us problems right before the broadcast, unable to have a graphic overlay of the score as you would normally expect to see on a TV broadcast. I'm going to remind you guys that every now and then I would cut to a shot of the clock just so our TV audience can see time and score every now and then, because otherwise I'll have to be constantly repeating the score verbally for them to be able to keep up. That's a nice dish inside to Rachel Mathis. Graves County pushes that lead back to 5 with 1:12 to go. And a kick is the call. It'll go back to Callaway County. Sophie Galloway is checking in for Graves County. Her first entry into the game, I believe. Second, okay. We got a late start tonight because of some technical issues, one of which we never resolved, that being our graphic overlay of score, which we apologize for, but we're going to do the best we can by giving you the score often and every now and then showing you the scoreboard clock. Settle through a trap, pivots, shoots over the top, no good. Graves County with the rebound. Wagner, or make that Mathis, with a scoop up and under and the foul, so it'll be an and one situation with 39 seconds on the clock. Second quarter action. Free throw is good, makes it 25, make that 26-18. Now full court trap employed by Graves County. Lakers break it at half court. Here comes Puckett to Embry. Shot partially blocked. Volley for the ball. Graves County has it. They're going to perhaps pull it out for one here. Coach Aaron Beth in his, I believe, second year at Graves County. Graves County girls program Well, boys as well, year in and year out, you can expect them to be very competitive in the first region. I think last year's Lady Eagles had a good year, but they're looking for even better this year, as Sophie Galloway gets an easy one off the block, and that gives a 10-point advantage going into the locker room for the Graves County Lady Eagles, up 28-18 here at the half at Jeffrey Gymnasium. So, Caleb Spain, some thoughts in this first half of action of what you've seen tonight. What has impressed you? What do the Lady Lakers maybe need to do a better job in the second half?
Well, the Lakers, I feel like they need to slow down a little bit. They've had a few defensive lapses, a few arrogant passes due to the full court trap that's being applied, causing little turnovers, and it's good for Graves County because they're capitalizing on.
The biggest difference I feel like for this year's team is just depth. We were kind of spoiled last year with having a lot of depth, and we got in foul trouble a lot last year, and it didn't really matter because we could call on the bench to fill in whenever we were in foul trouble. So this year the big thing is we don't have a lot of depth, so we're going to count on our 8 or 9 players to really fill that load for us. But we didn't make it back to the regional tournament last year, and that's the one missing piece that I feel like is going to drive this team this season, is to finish that unfinished business. Well, we have Charlie, who's our all-region player, who's back as a sophomore and averaged 15 points a game and 10 rebounds a game, and was offered 3 scholarships in the off-season over the summer. So our senior McKenna, who is going to be a huge factor for us. She brings a lot of energy. McKenna, you bring a lot of energy for us, and defensively, we're not the same team when you're not on the floor, so that's going to be an important factor. And then Keely Puckett's another returning starter who led us last year in assists and actually was in the top 5 in the region in assists at 5 a game. Abby Arnett and Kelly Underhill, as far as offense in the post, that's going to be different for us this year too. That's not something that we dominated on a lot offensively in the post last year, and that's something we're going to look to do a lot more of. Kids Ellie and Bree are going to have to play defense on the other team's best guard, and we'll do a lot of face guarding and get in your face. We'll do a lot of that, and they'll be expected to carry the load there.
Once you start to dip, it's easy to lose control until the only choice you have is to feed the monster. Don't let dip own you. Smokeless doesn't mean harmless.
Smoking as a teen can permanently stunt your lungs, taking the air out of even the biggest and baddest.
Everyone can make good grades and get involved.
Just take a look at this kid. They're getting a scholarship.
And this one has earned an exceptional amount of Keys money.
And these 2 are getting a full ride to college because of their athletic ability.
To learn more about the benefits of earning good grades and getting involved,
go to knowhowtogo.ky.org.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Please join us by spreading the word to stop the R-word. Respect me! Teach me! Empower me! When you say the R-word, you hurt. Oh, my friend. It hurts me. Don't teach me. Don't tell me. Don't say.
Bueno, clase, vamos a empezar hoy.
¿Sabes cómo vas a pagar la universidad?
La aplicación gratuita para apoyo federal estudiantil es el primer y más importante paso para obtener una beca universitaria. Complétala el otoño anterior a la fecha que planeas empezar la universidad, empezando el primer día de octubre. Infórmate más, knowhowtogo.ky.org.
This is Jimmy, a normal high schooler. Jimmy just got his biology final back, in which he failed. Not much of a surprise, however, since Jimmy stayed up till 4 in the morning playing video games. This is Billy, an above-average high schooler. Billy just passed his biology final with a solid B+. Billy was also up playing video games, but chose to manage his time wisely and study for his biology final. Don't be a Jimmy. For more information, visit knowhowtogoky.org.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
About inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Pack of cigarettes?
You need a little more, honey.
Follow. And bossy, so bossy. Let's go outside now. No, I'm talking to Jack. Outside now. It's pouring. Outside now. Well, fine. He was so needy. I haven't seen you in so long. Oh, yeah, you did, like a little while ago. But I miss you so much. He started taking my money.
Welcome back to our Callaway Grace County matchup of the girls. I'm Caleb Spain, and we're just getting back into the swing of things. First quarter, Callaway was up 12-10 in a close game, and the Eagles ran away with it, sort of, with it being 18-28, but with a little bit of a defensive adjustment, this could be a close game. You can come back. Leading points in the game is Charlie Settles with 9. And on the Eagles, it is both Ms. Daniel Wagner and Ms. Rachel Mathis with 7. And we are coming back in about 47 seconds. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody watching and another apology for us not having a graphic to keep score. It's just technical difficulty. But thank you for tuning in anyways. Again, this is all ran by high school students and everything. And we're about 20 seconds out. Callaway will start out with the ball. And the team coming out after halftime is your starting 5. Oh, Graves County starts out with the ball. Miss Wagner shoots a 3, it's off. Lindy Qualls gets the rebound. Out to Mathis at the top of the key. So they reset. Miss Wagner with the ball again. Lindy Qualls out of the 3, driving in. Wagner spins. Wagner goes inside. And a foul on the play. Miss Kenna Frederick, her second foul of the game. Team's first of the half. And now Miss Daniel Wagner at the free throw. First one is in. Second one's up. And a swish. 2 swishes. As Ellie Carson will bring it up the floor for your Callaway Lakers. Score is now 30-18. Charlie settles with it on the wing. Full court pass over to Keely Puckett. Bree Emery now has it. Callaway's running a 4-1 offense at the moment. Charlie settles with a head fake. Driving in with the post. The shot's up. Fouls on Miss Charlie Settles with over the back. And Miss Mathis taking up the court. Miss Wagner with the 3, and it's in. Kelly Pogge dribbling up the court over to Ellie Carson. Test pass Brianna Emery. She's looking, over back to Ellie. Keely at the top of the key. Looking for the open man. Charlie Settles has it. Keely driving in. Down to McKenna in the paint. And the shot's up by Miss Frederick. Her first points of the night.
It's on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
Ms. Mathis for 3. And it's off. Brianna Emery with the rebound. Callaway's pushing it up. Keely Puckett has the ball. Head fake. Down to McKenna in the post. Charlie Settle with the offensive rebound. Goes up. The Eagles on the run. Qualls with the ball. Over to Wagner. Wagner drives in. Now Mathis drives in with the layup. Keely Puckett setting it up for Callaway. She drives in real quick. And shooting foul. Keely Puckett will be taking 2.
Caleb, on the last couple of series down here, it looks like Graves County basically saying somebody besides Charlie Settle is going to beat us, because they're basically playing a four-corner zone with a chaser on Settle at all times, just to make sure that somebody's got a body on her. They're trying to make sure that she doesn't get her hands on the basketball very often, and for Callaway County, they need it in her hands as often as possible.
Yes, sir, they do. Charlie has been more of a leader this year, stepping in, making most of the points for every game so far. They need someone to step up.
Lakers still in a man-to-man set. Graves County showing a lot of patience right now.
Yes, sir, it seems like Graves County the last few drives been waiting for the open lane and then taking it whenever they see it.
Oh, a steal.
Steal by Keely Puckett. Fast break, Brianna Emery. Foul.
And one.
Miss Brianna Emery going to the free throw line.
And a good job of using that left hand on the left side there. Of course, I guess left hand comes natural to her, right?
Yes, sir. Brianna with a shot. And it's off.
35-24 your score. We're in the third quarter.
Sophie Galloway with the rebound. Over to Callie Jackson.
Got somebody over the back of Charlie Settle that's going to be Graves County's
Sophie
first
Galloway.
team foul, I think. Galloway picking up her first. And now some full court pressure going to be offered up. No.
Graves County is really trying to rattle the Callaway offense, showing them lots of different new things. They were in a 2-3 zone, then switched to 3-2. Now they're full court. Ellie Carson on the ground, fighting for the ball.
Out of bounds right in front of the Graves County bench.
Going Callaway's direction. They're keeping the full court press.
Full court, looks like man-to-man here.
They're trying to trap whoever has the ball every time. There's another foul.
Callaway County having a little bit of trouble with the length of Graves County. Got some girls in there with some long arms, good reach. It's making it tough on our small guards.
Yes, sir. Two tallest girls on the team is Miss Kelly, Miss Charlie Settles.
Oh, tough pass at her knees, but she picks it up. I don't think she has a dribble, so into Underhill, a drop step. Almost.
Almost. Going back Graves County's way. And good defensive pressure by Charlie Settles leads to the turnover.
3:31 on the clock, third quarter. Lakers trail 35-24.
These Graves County girls need to remember they already have 4 team fouls into this half. Rebound by Miss Kelly, and she's going to the line. Make that 5 team fouls. Sophie Galloway with her 3rd personal foul. Back to back to back defensive possessions. Kelly with a shot. Missed free throw.
Caleb, the Lady Lakers are a lot of youth on the floor. I mean, Brianna Emery right now is the upperclassman on the floor as a junior, as a senior is getting ready to check in. But Carson is a freshman, Underhill a freshman, Charlie Settle a freshman, Keely Puckett a sophomore, a lot of youth. In a way, you know, it's something to give Laker fans optimism, but in the here and now, that youth and inexperience can be a detriment until they get a lot more experience under the belt. However, when I say that, players like Puckett and Settle saw extensive playing time even as 8th graders. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
not that they haven't seen varsity action before this year, but still, you know, there's a big difference between a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Yes, sir, there is. And also talking about youth, if you look at the bench, they have an 8th grader, Miss Addison Hicks. She has seen some varsity time as well.
Well, good fight for the ball, good pressure, but since they didn't come away with it, that left somebody unmanned under the basket for an easy one.
Right.
Body check.
Rachel Mathis' 3rd personal foul, and the team's 6th of this half. Charlie Settle with the ball up top. Dishing over to Ellie Carson. As Carson drives in, it's a walk.
Tries to penetrate, but splitting that gap between 2 defenders, somebody got a hand on it, and it kind of messed up her possession and her dribble.
Yes. And also, it's hard not to walk whenever you have 2 girls 5 inches taller than you on both sides.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
But nothing she can't handle.
Got a Calloway County foul.
Miss Carson's.
That's her 3rd according to the scoreboard. Although,
I think it's 4th. Oh, Miss Settles with a foul. Shooting foul. Team 4.
Lindy Qualls, a senior on this Graves County squad.
First one's up, and it's good. Charlie Settles inbounding over to Keely Puckett, who'll take it up. Graves County is now running a 2-3 zone. Changing it up. But they always have one chaser on Miss Charlie Settles. Try not to let her have the ball.
Trapped on the baseline now, needs help.
Oop, she finds Brianna Emery wide open. Easy layup.
Good look, good pass by Settle, who had the presence of mind to know if she's triple teamed, somebody's got to be open somewhere. Unfortunately, a quick response by Graves County. 41-27 is your score.
We have a minute and a half left in the 3rd quarter. Keely Puckett at the top of the key. Charlie Settles for 3, and it's off. Oh, fight on the ground now.
What do coaches always tell you? Follow your shot, and Settle did. She followed it as it bounced into the hands of a Graves County player, but she was there to get a hand on it. Tie ball, but I guess the possession arrow points, well, points to Callaway
County.
County.
To Callaway.
So she earned that possession back after the miss.
Brianna Emery again wide open for another layup.
All that attention on Charlie Settle gives other players an opportunity sometimes.
Yes, sir. Is Wagner driving in? Oh, and a foul.
Brianna Embry picking up her 2nd personal.
Both teams may be in foul trouble very soon, as Grace County already has 6 this half. Callaway with 5.
Well, for Graves County, nobody on the floor with more than 1, but Callaway's got a couple. We've got 1 with 3 and 3 players with 2 fouls. As we approach 45 seconds to go here in the 3rd period.
Tilly Puckett again up top. Looking for Ellie Carson. She finds him. Down to Charlie Settle on the post. Charlie working her way in for an easy layup.
Well, she had to earn that one, though. She was double teamed, and she just split 2 defenders to kind of lean up and under.
Lindy Qualls in for the layup. It's off. Charlie Settles gets the ball. We're running. Charlie taking it in for herself.
Graves County trying to draw the charge, but not really set up in time for that. So blocking foul on Graves. Now there are a couple of people there they could have called it on, but the official says it is number 20. That's Taylor Carrico who picks up her 2nd personal.
First shot by Charlie Settles is up and it's good.
43-32. With 10 ticks left in the 3rd quarter.
Charlie with their 2nd one. It's up and that's good. 10-point game. Should be the last possession of the 3rd quarter. Falls in. And as you can see on your screens, 33-43, starting the 4th quarter. We now have our Callaway cheerleaders out on the floor.
As we said, it's the first of 2 here at Jeffrey Gymnasium. We're early in the basketball season. A lot of basketball to come here in 27 and 2018, but tonight a doubleheader with Graves County. The boys game is set to go right after this one. Right now heading into the 4th period of play, this is Randy Herndon along with Caleb Spain. Callaway Live production from the TV department at Callaway County High School. Caleb is making his first appearance as a play-by-play announcer, and so far, Caleb, you're doing a great job. I remember that very first time, oh gosh, I don't know, almost 40 years ago when I called a high school basketball game on the radio for the first time, and I remember that, you know, it was a little iffy at first, but the more I did it, the better I got at it, and you'll do the same. So you just keep at it.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to see some of my students, you know, take up the craft of play-by-play, and the only way you're going to get better at it is just to jump in there and do it. It's kind of like swimming. You got to get in the water.
Start of the 4th quarter, 33-43 your score. Lady Eagles are up. Miss Carrico dribbling the ball, dishes out to Wagner.
With this lead, they're content to be patient, and no shot clock in high school basketball, so unlike the women's game in college where within about 24 seconds you got to get something up on the rim, but in high school we still don't have that rule, although some people have appealed for it, but there's pros and cons. And we got an offensive foul, it looks like.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there are a lot of the pros and cons when it comes to that.
That was Galloway who picked up her 4th.
On the illegal screen.
Settle trying to post up down there, but she's got 2 bodies on her just about at all times. And Graves County with the rebound.
She's got 2 people posted up on her, 2 people boxing her out. They're trying to take her out of this game completely.
There's a nice dish across the lane to the low block to Callie Jackson, and going up with the ball, McKenna Frederick. Got her across the arm. She'll shoot 2. We mentioned Lindy Qualls being a prolific scorer for the Lady Eagles. Understand that at her most recent game, she reached the 1,000th career point at Graves County High School. So definitely one of the names you're going to hear a lot this season in the first region in girls basketball.
Yes, sir. 1,000 points is not something to joke about. That's a humongous achievement for both boys and girls basketball.
That's true.
The score's now 33-44. 6:30 left. Ellie Carson with a 3, and it's in.
It would be nice to see the Lady Lakers get hot from the perimeter, because every bucket inside the lane is a real fight, real dog fight, and that also you get some perimeter shots falling, that starts to open things up. It forces people to have to come out and play you as well as just trying to box off Charlie Settle.
Yes, sir. Miss Mathis with an and 1, going up for a shot, and it's in. Back out to Ellie Carson. Brianna Emery wide open. She goes in, fights for it, and another layup.
Man, she had to fight for that, but that was a nice touch. I'm not so sure that she didn't also experience a little body contact during that shot, but not enough to warrant a whistle, but enough to make it a little bit harder to score when you're getting bumped. If you called every touch, we would be stopped every 10 seconds probably. But
we'd be here until tomorrow morning.
I've been impressed so far with the effort by the freshman Underhill. Provides a little length, a little height for the Lady Lakers, and doing a good job of fending for herself, just a bit inexperienced at the varsity level.
Yes, sir, and that's understandable. But she has the body frame to where she can go and get every rebound, put it back up. That's what every women's team needs.
Yep. Nice little spin move there, but it is no good.
Calloway with the ball.
Hey, Ellie Carson getting a bit of a hot hand. She's made her last 2 attempts in a row.
Yes, sir, makes Graves County wonder if they need to guard anybody else.
And that score getting a bit tighter now, and Coach Aaron Beth of Graves County sees a very comfortable lead start to slip away. It's timeout on the floor. Lady Eagles, as Callaway County is pulled within 7, 47-40. About an even 5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter of action.
You know, like we were saying, it's always important to have a big man or a big woman, I guess, down there to get the rebounds. But one thing Callaway's been really blessed with the past few years is having some elite guards come out of here with Miss Allie Fritz, Miss Megan Greer. We have Miss Kelly Puckett, Miss Ellie Carson.
Check out the Lakers schedule looking ahead here. After tonight's game, let's see, we've got a Saturday game tomorrow afternoon with University Heights Academy here at Jeffrey Gymnasium on December 9th. December 12th, a home game with Fulton County. And another home game on December the 15th with Christian County. Just kind of looking ahead on that Callaway County schedule.
Christian County will be a tough matchup. We're just a little over halfway done with the fourth quarter. Scores 40-47.
Almost a steal. Too bad we didn't get that defensive rebound. Now we got a foul.
Miss Carrico going to the line.
Graves County started that set by spreading people out and enticing the Lakers to come out to defend them, hoping to create some space on the floor. And the Lakers almost had a steal. Unfortunately, Graves County picked it up and had a couple attempts at the basket, and Callaway County couldn't pull down that defensive rebound after the effort on the perimeter.
Substitution now. Ellie Carson's coming out. Miss Kenna Frederick's back in the game.
Ooh. A little bit out of control here, and Graves County gets it on the turnover. 48-40 is the score. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Seems as if Graves County is trying to run down the clock right here. It's Miss Wagner with the ball. Oh, yep, that's definitely what they're doing.
Yeah, they're going to spread, try to create some space. They want to force Callaway County to come on out. And of course, if the game were tied or if Callaway County was ahead, there would be no reason to come out. If you want to, spread the floor and kill the clock, we're on top. But right now, when you're down 8, you can't afford to let the clock tick away too much with 3:22 to go. Aaron Beth just wants to use a little clock management and then hope for a little space.
Just like that.
To allow some dribble drive and now apply some full court pressure.
As Miss Wagner just...
Looks like we called an offensive foul on Charlie Settle on that contact.
Yep.
Much to the delight of the Graves County fans, but Callaway County fans weren't so tickled about it. Was a little out of control there as the trap was being applied.
But it was also a huge play by Miss Danielle Wagner, who went in, got the easy layup, saw Charlie coming, decided to take the charge.
That lead back up to 10 now at 50-40. Graves County on top, 2:49 to go. Once again, Lady Eagles are patient to manage the clock here with a 10-point lead and 2.5 to go.
They had one time this drive, they had 3 girls right beside half court, so.
Underhill with a hard-fought rebound and a reach. No, they're going to call travel. Not popular with the Callaway County partisan. Did look like there was a lot of contact there on it, but Coach Waller pleading her case and asked for a timeout as well. But while she waits for her team to make it to the sideline, she does let the officials know that she respectfully disagreed with that call. Or lack of, well, not lack of call, but the call that was made was not the one that she was hoping for.
Now the Laker fans may have been disgruntled with that last call, but they're still all showing support as they're all standing up for their Lady Lakers.
Just over 2 minutes to go in this contest. I mean, the game is not over. 10 points is not an insurmountable lead, but they're going to have to get some breaks. They're going to have to create some breaks here with some defense. Hope to get it, maybe a turnover, and they've got to get the ball in the basket at, when they do have possession here. Otherwise, you know that Graves County is just going to be content to work the clock, milk the clock as much as possible. So,
yep. Callaway needs a couple hot hands on this next offensive possession.
Need a stop and a rebound. There's the stop, but not the rebound.
Oh.
Now we're back on the perimeter, and that's going to spread it out.
I was saying. Oh, but the offensive foul.
The official right in front of Coach Aaron Beth. As the official was giving his signals to the scorer's table, he had Coach Beth right in his ear. Baseball pass doesn't work this time.
Does not work.
The old post pattern in football, but just wasn't quite long enough. Now we're at a minute 37 to go, and again, Graves County content to dribble out some of this time with a cozy 10-point lead. Now we're talking about a lead that is probably insurmountable. Now that we're down to just over a minute and still at 10 points, it would be tough to envision a rally.
It would be tough. Crazier things have happened in basketball.
Right. I mean, all you can do now is stop the clock by using some fouls and hoping that they miss at the free throw line and you get a chance at a possession. But a good, hard-fought game by the Lady Lakers, and the first quarter ended very encouraging for Laker fans.
Very tight, 12-10. Second quarter, though, was whenever they ran away with it, scoring with Callaway only scoring 6 points and the Lady Eagles scoring 18.
Wagner, a senior, misses on the first free throw.
That's what they hope for. The make right there. 40-51, minute 13 left. And they're still applying full court pressure.
Forced a tie. Now we've given up a possession arrow that maybe in a little bit tighter game that would have been very valuable to have hung on to that possession arrow.
And again, the full court press causes frantic passing, leading to another turnover.
Just under a minute to go, as you heard from the public address announcer. And a Laker foul stops the clock. Sends Taylor Carrico to the line.
And Miss Weller calling another timeout.
Well, you know, the December break and the holiday season usually means that there are some holiday tournaments, and the Murray Bank Hardwood Tournament that's hosted here in town will be taking place for girls basketball beginning December the 20th through the 22nd. And that means during this Hardwood Tournament of several teams playing and meeting each other, Callaway County girls will face Fulton City on the 20th, and then on the 21st, Dawson Springs, and on the 22nd, they'll face Paducah Tillman, all here at Jeffrey Gymnasium in the Murray Bank Hardwood Tournament. And then they'll be traveling later in December to Calloway County's Christmas tournament. They'll meet Corinth, Mississippi on December the 28th, and they'll also face Valor Memorial at that tournament. That's all coming up while you're enjoying a Christmas break, Caleb.
Yes,
looking forward to the holiday break?
Yes, sir, I am.
Have any travel plans or enjoying the holidays at home?
Well, I'll be at my dad's house for most of the time. Until Christmas Eve, I'll come back here and I'll stay here.
Well, I'm sure you've already supplied Santa with a hefty list of requests, so we'll just see how that turns out for you.
Yes, sir. Just turned 16, hoping for that car.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Turning 16. You know what? I'm somewhat intrigued by the trend in recent years of teenagers who do not rush out and get their driver's license at age 16. You know, when I was a teenager 40 years ago, I could not wait until turning 16, and most people did. I didn't know hardly anybody that put off, you know, seeking their driver's license. But I notice a lot of teenagers choosing. I don't know if they choose or if their parents choose because of the cost of insurance and automobile and what. I certainly get that. What do you think it's attributed to?
Well, I think it's more of the parents' idea. I was actually talking with my friend about this today. His mom said that he couldn't get his full license until he had a full-paying job. And I feel like most parents end up going that route. Now, I mean, lucky for me, my mom is saying whenever you can, do what you want, because
she's looking for relief from the constant shuttling you places, maybe?
Yeah, the constant practices, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I think about it.
Well, we're still at a 10-point margin here and 40 seconds to go. So we swapped a couple of baskets, and we haven't really changed the ultimate end here. But I do like the effort the Lady Lakers are giving, and they're not conceding anything without putting up a fight. So that's a good sign. That'll pay off for them.
Yeah, that's a great sign. Again, it's early in the year.
This is not a district game, although it almost feels like one. It's such a rivalry. But, you know, the Lady Lakers have the luxury of competing in what is probably the best district of girls basketball here in the first region, the 4th district, with Marshall County girls and the Murray Tigers and Calloway County. I mean, that's a tough district to get out of.
Yes, sir, it is. I do believe we have the toughest district.
Certainly here in the first region for girls basketball, for sure. It's no pushover for boys, but
boys basketball either.
But especially in the girls, because perennially powerhouse teams like Marshall County girls, and in the last decade, the Murray Tigers have won several district and even regional titles and trips to state tournaments. So it's a tough district. But that's going to be the end of this game. As I was going to give you the final score there, and the scoreboard clock was I'm not sure that was intentional. It looked like it had a hiccup and just reset itself before anybody had a chance.
Last I saw, 44-34, with Lady Eagles coming out on top. But definitely don't go away, because we have our boys basketball team facing against the Eagles as well.
Thanks for joining us for Callaway County basketball on Callaway Live. We will be set to bring boys action against Graves County. But for now, we're going to wrap up this broadcast of girls basketball. Again, Graves County coming out on top. For Caleb Spain, I'm Randy Herndon. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for supporting the television production program at Callaway County High School by viewing and watching the work of our students.